Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host, Kinky, and today we're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 6. So if you'd like to see more, then just stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, y'all, so this episode, they're leaving Mexico, their little paradise, and they're going back to Seattle. This is when it usually gets real, and, you know, they have to actually face what their life will actually be like if they get married. I didn't realize that they didn't have their devices this entire time, so they're just not getting their phones back, and they're moving into a shared apartment. So let's start off with Brett and Tiffany, because they're the ones we have the most hope for. They just cannot stop kissing each other. They are very, very attracted to one another. So she takes him on an outing to go meet her friends. Her friends were just gushing over her, and they just seemed like they were just so happy for her that she found somebody and that she's in love, and that he's just like this really seemingly good guy as far as they can tell. They asked him, how did you know she was the one? And he was basically like, she's authentic, she's compassionate, she kept me motivated, and that's somebody that I want in my life. Her friends did confirm that she falls asleep at the drop of the hat. It's not like she just fell asleep on him. I don't know, it just like, it kind of put me in my feelings a little bit, just to watch how well it went and just to see how he looks at her. He seems so genuine, and you know, I'm really just hoping for the best for them. Like, I just want them to work so bad, because it just seems like it's a great match. Let's move on to Jackie and Marshall. He tells her that basically his family is happy for him. Like, they're excited to meet her, and they're just being overall supportive of their relationship. But her parents are very skeptical, and really they're in disbelief. They can't believe that she actually did something like this. And they just don't sound like they're supportive at all. And she's really been kind of avoiding them. And it's also causing her a lot of anxiety, like almost like crippling anxiety. Her mom in particular seems like she's gonna be a problem, but he said he's up for the challenge. And when I tell you, Marshall was up in that kitchen whipping up some breakfast. He made her strawberry compote. It looks so good. That breakfast looks so good. It was pancakes, eggs, everything you could want, sausage. And he made her a plate, and he planned on doing the dishes. And she said, I think I'm still hungry, and he was gonna make her some more. So this is like completely out of the realm of possibility in her mind. She's never experienced love. I feel like she kind of feels out of place, or maybe like she doesn't deserve it. And I hope she just opens her heart and, you know, let this man, let him love you. Let him be the one to give you everything you want and need. Stop sabotaging yourself. Let's move on to Chelsea and Kwame. He felt some type of way when Chelsea put her shoes in the bed, and he was like, please, no shoes in the bed. And then he said, she don't flush the toilet. Why you had to tell us that? Like, do you love her? Like, why you tell us that? I don't know. I just feel like he could have left that out. Especially since she said she did it on purpose not to wake him up. But girl, flush that toilet. Forget his feelings, okay? Especially after how he did you. Forget his feelings. She loved this man dirty draws, y'all. They ended up visiting her apartment, and it was very pink. I mean, pink everywhere. Big pops of pink all over. Like, a Barbie would love this apartment. And she said the reason why it's so pink is because her ex was very controlling about decorations when she lived with him, and that's why she went all out to express herself when she got her own place. She also said she's just been very, very lonely as a single woman. She'll come home and she'll FaceTime her friends when she's having dinner. Like, she seems like an extroverted type of person, and, you know, needs to be around others, because I'm the type of person that I don't mind coming home and eating alone. It wouldn't bother me at all. But some people, they have a hard time being alone. And I felt bad for her. And I can also see why she lashed on so hard to Kwame, because she really, really wants this to work, and she really, you know, wants a husband. She doesn't want to be alone anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it made me feel so bad for her, because I really feel like he's gonna shatter, not break, shatter her corazon. I feel so bad, because he doesn't really want to be with her. She was the second choice. And that never works out. it's Jared and Ayana all over again. They start discussing meeting her father. She keeps going on and on and on about how anxious she is about this. He tells her it's gonna be all right, and you know, he's just trying to get her to calm down. And she was like, well, you ain't gotta give me a lecture. He was like, well, you always give me a lecture. I was like, oh, there was a little tension there that we haven't seen before. She said that her father has never truly liked any of her exes as a husband for her, so maybe that's why she was so uptight about it. I mean, my main concern, if I was Kwame, I would have just been like, well, have you told the man that I was black? Because, you know, if he's okay with that, we can get through pretty much everything else. You know, that would have been my only concern. But she was just going on and on and on. They left us on a cliffhanger, and you know, he's gonna meet him next episode, so we'll see what happens there. Let's talk about Zach and Irina and Bliss. First, let me get Irina out of the way. She had the audacity to say, if I have a change of heart 2 weeks from now, it might be too late, but I'm gonna work and I'm gonna try to get him back. Girl, if you don't go somewhere and sit down. I think it's just now hitting her that she fumbled the bag. I think she realized she want to continue to be on this show, and you can't if you're not going to be with him. I'm just glad he didn't let it drag on. I'm glad he cut ties with her and then try to make it work with her, because that would have been extremely annoying and hard to watch. But we pick up where we left off last episode with him meeting up with Bliss. This is their first time seeing each other in person. And look, I know what I said the last review. I said that I was feeling very iffy about it. Like, I didn't think that Bliss should really give him a chance. But then I was like, you know, to stick it to Irina, you know what I'm saying? But that's not fair to Bliss. Bliss should not have given this man the time of day. And I'm going to tell you why. If Irina had actually liked him back, he would not have given this a second thought. I don't think my self-esteem would ever recover. I don't think I could ever get past you choosing another woman that you knew was trifling. I told you how she was acting. You said that she had a vicious attitude. You said that she could be a mean girl, and you still chose her over me, someone who remembered your birthday, someone who made you cupcakes. And I went all out to show you how much I cared about you, and you paid me dust. Now, I will admit, when he broke up with her, he did cry for a while. Like, you could tell he was extremely upset. And I do think he let his insecurities get the best of him. And he felt like her family was not going to accept him. And he let that be the deciding factor in who he chose, because of his past experiences of not being accepted by his ex's family. He let that get to him, right? But you made your bed and you have to lie in it. And, you know, the only reason I would ever meet up to talk to Zach is to show him exactly what you missed. Okay. I would want to see what he looked like. You know, ooh, never mind. And I would want him to be, oh, yes. Yes, you missed out on a dime. So sorry. He said out of his own mouth that he felt like she would look more nerdy, but basically she's beautiful. Her voice doesn't match her looks. And I would have been like, joke's on you. Is that why you chose Irina? Because you thought she was going to be the baddie? I would have said my piece. Good day. I said good day. And I would leave dramatically up out of the restaurant, because we about to end on the note I want to end on. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't go like that. Bliss clearly still has feelings. I don't care how tough she try to act. I don't care. Oh yeah, I have to give you a hard time. Girl, please. Girl, please. So they're sitting down talking. He's telling her how terrible and standoffish Irina was on the trip, and he was over it day 2. Why do you think I want to sit here and hear that? Why do you think I want to sit here and talk about that? How tone deaf can you be? I would have been I told you so in him up and down that restaurant. What you thought this was? And then he told her, you're the girl I was looking for. He knew he was wrong when he was walking out the door of the pod. He knew that was the wrong decision. And like I said, I really do think he let his insecurities take over with that. But you proposed to Irina. It doesn't matter how bad you felt. You proposed to another woman. Of course, that's going to make her question you and your decision-making skills. So he admits he was wrong, and he brought up the cupcakes. You were the one who actually remembered my birthday. And she was like, oh, don't remind me. Like, Bliss said that she was just feeling really conflicted because she did care about this man. She did love him. And clearly she likes what she sees, child. But she doesn't want to give him too much too quick. I will say their personalities are much more compatible. They do seem like they would have made a much better match. Like they just make sense. They get each other's jokes and everything. He claims that he was not trying to win her over with this little date. And I would have felt some type of way. I wouldn't have met up with him ever again after that. Oh, you weren't trying to win me over? Because this should be an apology tour right now. And so both of them left that meeting with no definite plans. I personally would have never, you lose my number type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Later on in the episode, he met with Paul and he basically was like, what's the cost of waiting for someone better? So basically you want to settle on Bliss because that's the best you can do right now. Icky, like she says, icky. I didn't like that. So finally, let's move on to Micah and Paul. Turns out Irina let Micah know before they left Mexico about her attraction for Paul. Her audacity has to be Kanye levels at this point. Why? What? Why did she feel the need to do that? She probably did it because she knew that Zach was probably going to run back and tell. But why did she tell Zach? Like, her social skills are off. Like, they don't make any sense at all. She ends up talking to Paul about what Irina said. He said that she made some moves that were a little, shifty, and he was skeptical, but it happened in front of Zach, so he just brushed it off. And she basically was saying she was concerned that something was going on behind her back. And I was like, oh, it don't feel good, does it? Karma got you real fast, didn't it? Because you was all up in Kwame's face and you was talking about how Chelsea was insecure. Y'all was up there laughing. You was laughing at Jackie saying, if you wanted him, you could have him. You thought that was cute. You thought that was funny. But when it happens to you and with your best friend, oh, now you're feeling away. And later on in the episode, she was like, she wanted to knock him in the back of the head because she didn't know whether they was doing something behind her back or not. You realize it don't feel good, but it's exactly what you deserve. So I don't feel bad for you. And also, you see Irina has these terrible qualities, these mean girl traits that you also possess. Okay, so maybe you didn't think much of it, but why did you think it couldn't backfire on you eventually? What's up with these people seeing these bad qualities? Oh, but they'll never do me like that. Why? Why do you feel like that? You're this special snowflake? Doesn't make any sense. Paul ended up assuring her that, he didn't like her. He only wants Micah. But I don't know. It seemed like he was a little receptive of the flirting to me. I remember him saying he had to avoid looking at her boobs and everything. I don't know. He might have just been innocently having a conversation. Because some guys, I really do feel like, be naive and don't realize when girls are flirting with them. Possibly, but I don't know. Once again, Paul and Zach, they met up later on in this episode. And really, Paul and Zach are like that Spider-Man meme where they're like looking at each other like that. To me, they look like each other in different fonts. Zach asked, what do you love about Micah? And he said that they have similar perspectives, but she's not as analytical. He says that she constantly looks for validation from him and he doesn't express love freely. And it's like, okay, you're sitting up here asking Zach of all people for advice. Like, I feel like you're talking to the wrong person. I think you would do better if you talk to Brett or even Marsha, but Zach. So then we see Micah meeting up with Irina. Irina came in, oh, hey girl, like nothing ever happened. Like, you didn't say that you had a crush on her fiance. Like, she was really coming in clueless. So basically she brought up Paul and she was like, did he ask about me? Girl, what is wrong? Like, Irina, something is wrong with Irina. She ain't all that. I'm sorry. Something is off about her because what? Why are you asking her, did her fiance So she ended up confronting her about, touching on him and doing all this extra stuff. Micah, you would have saw, had you not been all up in Kwame's face, touching and flirting on him, you probably would have saw it. But anyway, she asked her about that and she basically didn't have an excuse. She wasn't really trying to excuse it too much. Yeah, we were doing that. Like, she kind of put it on him too. Like, yeah, we were doing that. and she kind of felt a connection, but she wasn't trying to be disrespectful. What? But Micah ended up saying, like, I don't know how you could do something like this to me. I was your only friend. No one else liked you. I was your lifeline to the group, and you betrayed me. She didn't go off the way she should. Like, girl, if you a mean girl, like, I'm gonna need for you to, at least when your friend tell you that she like your man, I'm gonna need for you to go in. Like, it was so underwhelming. She acted like she was really gonna get her together. Girl, like, please. I had more smoke for Irina than you did. I just didn't understand that. Irina really did plant seeds of doubt in Micah's head with Paul. Why did you let her know that? I don't know. I would have never told her that I was starting to doubt our relationship. She would have never got that out of me. Like, why did you let her know that now y'all on shaky ground? She tried to downplay it. Oh, well, I know he's not interested in you, but how can we be friends moving forward knowing that you so trifling? It was underwhelming for me. I thought it was going to be a showdown, and it was very underwhelming. Irina's just ended up there goofy the whole time. Like, anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I'd love to hear your opinion, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.